guys, and welcome to another episode of Anime Talk. And well, it's best you get your tissues out because this isn't going to be a happy anime talk. As you guessed by the thumbnail, we'll be tackling the extremely sad Mikasa moment from the newest episode. So, obviously I've known about this moment for years since I've read the manga, but I decided to wait until it was in anime form to talk about properly for a video, just so it would have more relevance. First, let's analyze the scene. We have Eren and Armin discussing Ymir's curse and how Armin only has 13 years left to live, while Eren only has not even 8 years left. In the scene, we see Mikasa display a disturbing level of denial about Ymir's curse. She says things like, "It has to be a mistake," and we see her curled up in her cell. By the time Levi and Hanji release Eren and Mikasa, she comes out of her cell looking horrible, sickly even. She has dark circles under her eyes, her hair is messy, and she has this almost broken expression on her face. It's eerily similar to her expression right after her parents were killed and before Eren saved her. And as pointed out by Eren, she visibly lost weight. You can even see it in the animation. This is a strong indication Mikasa stopped eating. After all, they weren't in these cells for too long since Levi ended up letting them out early. From what we can gather, they were behind these bars for less than 10 days, maybe even less than 5. So either way, they had to be locked up for at least 3 days for there to be a noticeable change in Mikasa's appearance, unless she has a really high metabolism, which, and I know I'm really digging deep here, may not be the case considering how fast she was back to working out after her ribs were broken, claiming she had to stay in shape. But enough about all that, it's time to dive deep into the true reasoning behind Mikasa's weight loss and depression. I know most fans would just say Eren as a quick answer, but if you know this channel, you know I love to analyze things properly in a video. Let's put ourselves in Mikasa's shoes for the rest of this video. At age 9 years old, she witnessed the brutal and sudden murder of her parents. This tragedy alone would be enough to give Mikasa, or any child, PTSD. Then enter Eren. Eren was the first person to come rescue her and bring light back into her life, so her attachment to Eren is beyond understandable. After everything Mikasa's been through, her two most important people are her boys, Eren and Armin. It's been stated since the back cover of Volume 2 of the manga what Mikasa's true wish is. She wants a peaceful future with Eren. After all these years of fighting Titans, sticking by Eren's side, despite the hell my girl has been put through, she remains strong both physically and emotionally. No matter all those injuries she endured, no matter the heartache of Eren being kidnapped multiple times, Mikasa always came through. And it's because she had the comfort of knowing Eren and Armin would always be at her side. She was under the impression she'd never lose them. And when all of this is over, they could have a peaceful future. And yes, by the way, I'm semi-tying this video into my theory about if Eren had been planning to confess to Mikasa. So, for all we know, maybe Mikasa could sense her and Eren were getting closer relationship-wise. Because if you really pay attention to how they interact in Season 3, you can feel they have a different energy. They're no longer just childhood friends. You can feel a much more strong and mature feeling between them. Just when their feelings are growing stronger, developing into possibly a romantic form, and right after Armin is saved, it all comes crashing down with Ymir's curse. For Mikasa to hear that her two most important people will die in the near future, I think it's not difficult to imagine what's going on in her head. If Eren and Mikasa were actually starting to form feelings for each other, Mikasa realizes Eren won't live long enough for them to have a future together. They're still only almost 16 years old, so it's far too soon for Mikasa and Eren to get married and have a family, and the world is far from done with the war, especially with the new knowledge of Marley. And even when Eren finally dies, Armin won't be around for much longer after to be there for Mikasa. Knowing all of this in depth, it makes complete sense why Mikasa would sink into such an intense depression, why she would actually stop eating. As dark as this is to admit, but if Levi would have kept them locked up for the full 10 days, I'm sure Mikasa would have had to be force-fed by Hanji or something horrible just to keep her alive. She was literally grieving herself to death over this. It wasn't until Eren pointed out that she lost weight did Mikasa calm down a little bit and started to eat again. And it's because the last thing Mikasa wants to do is worry Eren. So of course, despite how depressed she is, she would eat for him again. Knowing all of this, it makes complete sense why Mikasa reacted to Ymir's curse the way she did. And I'm hoping this video gave more insight onto just how hard it was on my girl to hear all of this.